Beeline, yo, what's good? Hey, yo, my people. Listen, I'm back, man. I don't know what happened, yo. I don't know what happened. I was really like, you saw they took over, man. They took over. I told you guys, man, it's always crazy. But yo, I really hope you guys really enjoyed that Halloween special. I worked so hard on that damn Halloween special. I couldn't wait to let you guys see it. So please, keep checking it out. It's not Halloween anymore, but keep checking it out. Keep spreading it everywhere. If you guys need any information on what we're doing here at the Beeline Entertainment, that's just like the beginning. That's the beginning, really, where we're going. We're taking this shit to maximum overdrive going forward. And as you can see, we back at it. Your boy's back to normal. We got a guest with us, screen on the screen. I can't wait. Y'all gonna hear her. She a singer, y'all. She a singer. That means she came on Thursday night. The Beeline Entertainment, the place where you come on. It ain't scary no more, so don't worry. And show. That's right, it's your boy, it's me, Brian B. We back at it. It's time to go. Let's go. Yes.
Let's make some noise.
Show off, baby.
Fight.
Tonight.
This movie right here.
Signed to a local hot label, Big On Records.
I'm gonna do it later.
Now.
It's the Beeline. It's the Beeline. It's the Beeline.
E-N-T.
Yes, that's right. Thank you guys so much for coming back on the line with your boy Brian B. Like I said, man, once again, thank you guys so much. I'm going to start off the shows every day thanking y'all for all the love, all the support. Just got to say this real quick, man. It has been unbelievable where this show and everything has been going lately. We've had 3 people on from Australia. I can't even it's crazy. Like, I literally, had these interviews with people. You saw Mr. Simon. It's just like, it's so incredible. Such a positive message with the men's mental health. And it's just been remarkable. Like the doors that have been opened from the beginning of the time when I started this. I'm going on 3 years of the Beeline Entertainment web show. I mean, I have nobody to thank but you guys. So if you haven't already, man, if you guys are new followers, new watchers, new viewers, please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I ain't getting softer. Y'all still gonna go crazy, yo. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments. Come on, show off. I want to hear them all. I want to hear you all, yo. Thank you guys so much. But yo, as you can see, we got a screen on the screen with the screen in between. It's your boy Brian B. And this is a new guest that we got here on the line. We're gonna get to know her today. Her name is Miss Mars, and she's a singer. She's a talent out of New York. Miss Mars, we definitely want to get to know you. So everybody, let's do a big welcome for Mars. That's right. What's going on, Mars? How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Perfect.
Yes.
How's Halloween treating you?
It's good.
You a fan? You a Halloween fan? Big Halloween fan?
I am, but like as a season.
Got it.
Not just one day.
Oh man, listen. You sound like me, and I'm always been the horror and everything like that. I'm a super fanatic. Or whatever you see, like I'm movies and stuff like that. That's just my line right there. But
you prefer slash horror or psychological horror?
It depends. It depends for me, because if it's slash horror, it's got to be good. It's got to be good. Like listen, man. I don't even want to say
slash horror is either really good or really bad.
It's really good or really bad. And the psychological horror, you can kind of mess with a little bit more to kind of mess with you or whatever.
It has a lot to do with symbolism more than because I feel like with psych horror, it plays on like certain human emotions, experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyday fears that just get amplified through like the lens of horror. And the movie Midsummer, for example, it wasn't gory or dark, but it was like still scary because it tests like that message can be portrayed as letting go of a toxic relationship by putting them in like a bare carcass and setting them on fire. I mean, we've all had those breakups, but I think it also has to thinking about it 3 years later, it has to do with, people's susceptibility to getting indoctrinated by a cult, because how many people were like, yeah, go Danny, put him in that fucking suit. But
I didn't see this shit, so she's letting me know the whole world right now. I kind of want to watch it now.
but
Is it good? I know what movie you're talking about, but I never saw it. I've seen people talk about it too. Is it really that good?
well, I think it's pretty good because like it helps lead up into that whole like greater storyline, because like at first it's like, you know, just like about a girl like healing from her tragedy and a toxic relationship, but how, you know, the people of the said cult were able to like, you know, basically do a lot of things that like real life cults do to indoctrinate other people. Like, you
Got
know,
it.
this was someone whose entire family, I mean, spoiler alert, this is someone whose entire family was murdered. And um you know, like that would make her more vulnerable to, you know, people with not good intentions. And you see that a lot in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, she's in the middle of nowhere, Sweden. There's going to be nobody like out there looking for her. And, you know, they crowned her as the Maid Queen and they were like there for her when they drugged her boyfriend. And he was like basically like hypnotized into cheating on her. And like there was that like whole that whole scene where like they're screaming with her because it's like their way of empathizing with what she's going through, and that like twisted smile she has at the end, it's like, yeah, they got her.
Damn, she just dropped a bomb on us, yo. We gotta add that. Hey,
I
check it
love
out.
Ari
This
Aster.
this this might be the earliest watch list. Let's do a watch list. We don't put it on the watch list. So check out Midsummer, right? That's what it's called.
Midsummer.
Midsummer. Check out Midsummer. Wherever it is. It's been I forgot when it came out, but
I
I
think
know
it's on
exactly what you're talking
Amazon
about.
Prime.
It's on Prime. Yeah, ain't too much you can't find on Amazon. But Miss Mars, hey, check it out. That was the earliest movie review. Listen, I can fuck with you because a lot of people will be talking about movies and stuff. I love talking about movies and stuff.
Me
But
too.
I do want to get to know you first. So before we get too deep into the content, let's get to know you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, like we said, you're from New York and where you're from, where you grew up and stuff like that.
Well, my name is Mars. I am based in New York City, born and raised in Queens. Well, born in Manhattan, raised in Queens.
Mm,
But yeah, basically, I've been making music under Mars is a Girl for about 5 years. I got my start. This is like a little embarrassing,
let's go. Let's
but
go.
I got my start just like taking YouTube beats and just like singing over them and releasing them on SoundCloud, but never on any like distribution sites because I didn't want to get sued.
Why is that? Oh, I thought you were gonna say something crazy. That's not embarrassing. That's the normal way to get exposure now.
Yeah, but like then once like my producer and I started working more together, like he started like he's really great at making beats. His name's TNVR,
Okay.
and he's produced myself and other great artists, and just like the things that he cooks up in the studio, man, are just fucking filthy in the best way possible. Like
Mm.
he really knows how to just like add that little touch.
Yeah, man. It matters, especially in today's music, man. It's crazy, but like we've had a couple conversations on the beat line so far about like how the genre is different. That's one thing I wanted to talk about your music because your music is a little bit different than usually the discussions we have on here. But
Mhm.
want to get to know it, and like you said, I have heard some of it, and I do know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to the beat. When it comes to the beat is what's selling this stuff nowadays, man.
Oh yeah.
No matter how you look at it, you put a nice beat on anything. You don't even got to speak. I mean, people are going to be interested, especially if it sounds good. They want to dance, you want to move, you want something that you can kind of just vibe to.
Yep.
And that's the change. Like it doesn't have to be as message delivering or anything like that. Is more people don't have to connect with it on that level. They literally can just kind of vibe out with shit. But definitely feel you. So with your what would you classify your type of music genre?
Well, right now I'm on a hyper pop kick, which is like basically like a maximalist take on pop. So like, you know, 100 Gex, Slater, Asaki with like the fours in their name. So, but it's like I've also been really into creating nightmare trap, haunted strip club music.
Yo, I've
I
never heard of this stuff before.
because
This
I
is
made it
fucking
up.
teaching me something. Damn, I've never heard of this stuff before. This is
Yeah,
this,
because I made it up because it's like honestly, like whenever people ask me like what inspires you to make the type of music that you make, it's like I just make stuff that I like.
hey, listen, that's the best you could do. I mean, that's going to be the most real, right? Because I can honestly say when I was listening to your songs, I didn't really I couldn't fit it into a genre. I was trying to think, is it kind of like rock? Is it kind of like punk, or is it? I couldn't fit it. Like it does have kind of a unique sound, and the
Mhm.
message that you kind of speak on in your songs as well is kind of unique as well. So, what's your creative process? Let's kind of get there. What do you do when you kind of you said you started with the beats on YouTube and then you met your producer. So how do you find yourself like are you writing your music as well, or is it you have writers?
I write all my lyrics myself, and then like sometimes, like especially with the song Nerve, or you got a lot of nerve. It's like, sorry that I'm trembling, got a lot of nerve. I'm sorry that you're trembling, you got a lot of nerve. It's like I had that melody stuck in my head for months, but I didn't really know where to place it. And
Yeah.
then I wrote that song in 2021 when people were like having some controversies like about the vaccine. And
Mhm.
I remember like one line that stuck with me that like I wrote was, it's like, I'm not afraid of what's in the vaccine. You should see the hearts that have been inside me. And
Mhm.
I think that one was more or less like kind of just like people dumping a lot of their problems onto me, or like getting close with people that like ultimately ended up like really hurting me.
Got it.
So it's just like I recovered from like the side effects from like the vaccine and the booster a lot quicker than like things that have been done to me that stuck with me for years. And
Man.
then there's the like, I'm not afraid of the future. You should see what's inside my computer, because a lot of my music is influenced by internet culture. And like when I was younger, I spent a lot of time on the internet. Um, like back when I was in high school and like early most of college, I was on Tumblr because like at my school, it was like a really small school and everybody was like from the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you were either like I don't even really know how to like put it, but it's like I didn't really like meet a lot of people in high school that I had like compatible interests with. And I didn't really relate to a lot of the people that like I knew in my teen years and growing up. So I was just like on the internet a lot, which was like a good and a bad thing because it's like it helped me meet a lot of people. But then it's like I feel like, right now there's like a lot of like censorship to the point where it's like almost a fault, like, people getting their Instagram accounts taken down over bullshit.
Yeah, for real.
Well, like, back in my day, it's like we would literally like, see like beheadings on E-Bomb's World
Yeah,
or something
YouTube.
like
Oh, I mean
that.
YouTube. Remember when shit used to be real on YouTube, like when
Oh
they
my
killed
God.
Gaddafi and all that? Yo, they had all that shit on YouTube, man. But the thing is, and just to get a kind of temperature check in the room, what's back in your day? What's your age, Mars?
Um, I'm older than 25, but younger than 30.
Okay, there we go. That's a very good way of saying it. It's just like fucking four
Mhm.
numbers you get. But beautiful. So yeah, so we're kind of around. I'm 35. I'm fucking dinosaur now. I feel old. But definitely, coming from an age where no technology existed and everything like that or whatever, going to school when computers weren't really big. Cell phones were really kind of, just kicking. They weren't
Like
as
just taking off.
yeah, exactly. So it was like that was high school for me. So it's like we did a lot of discovery where we were. It wasn't a lot of reaching out connection. There was still like, internet chat rooms. That stuff was going on when you're home and shit
Oh
like
my
that or whatever.
God.
Man,
Now
what
they're message
fun.
boards.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they really are. But so much fun. If you don't have a circle around your environment, like where you are, that's the only place you can be. It's got to be difficult to meet the challenges of meeting new people who you can find similarities in. So I definitely can understand the door that opened when people were kind of feeling alone, just being able to get on a computer or a game system even and kind of meet a whole group of people that may be more relatable than people that were actually around them. So is that kind of does stuff like that speak through your music as well?
Um, like I've never like really like written a song explicitly about like growing up on the internet, but I do like, thinking about how technology does it can either hurt or help certain relationships or like situations, but there's like a lot of things that get done online, and I feel like people like really take a lot of shit that they see out online at face value, and it's like I think that part of what inspires my music is like I don't want people to really take it at face value. It's just like I want people to like think about like my lyrics and like the way that like things are presented in the songs that I write about.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, man, I listened to some of your music, and the one thing that I can say is there's definitely message in it. So it's not like a blank kind of like, dope beat, and then it's like, just words on top of it, which can be anything. But yours actually speaks. So I would listen to it was a collection of songs that you had. I mean, it was almost like I think it was like 6 EPs you had on Spotify. And I was
Mhm.
actually checking out each one just to kind of get a vibe of exactly what you were like speaking about and things like that. And it seemed very
Mhm.
direct. And I can't go into detail, but I just remember thinking when I was listening to it, I'm like, yeah, this girl sounds like she got a message when she's singing. But just curious about like your mind state, or like, how do you view the world?
Whew,
Big big question time on VI.
I'd like to think that people are good, but then I also remember that a lot of people, whether or not you love, hate them, or feel indifferent about them, every single person you meet is a product of like their experiences, the way they were brought up, their traumas, insecurities is a big one, what they feel passionate about in life, and just like understanding that you're not gonna really like mix and gel with everybody, and that's okay. And like I guess when I, like, first started making music, I, like, really wanted to be in a band for such a long time because,
Mm,
like, at the time, this was in, like, the, like, mid, late like, most of the 2010s were, like, most of, like, the alternative
yeah.
local music scene. It was mainly bands, and you didn't really have a lot of solo artists, and there wasn't really a market for that, and, but then, like, I guess, like, when the whole SoundCloud wave happened, like, that's when a lot of people, like, started going solo and, like, doing that. But then, even in, like, the local music scene, it's like I did just feel very isolated because, like, there were just a lot of things that, like, I had seen and I had witnessed, and I, like, just couldn't really look at people the same way. And, I guess just, like, distancing myself from, like, that energy and just, like, finding my own people, even if it meant I was alone for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the way you discover yourself is however you discover yourself, especially when you're like discovering your art form and what you're trying to do. So, I mean,
Mhm.
if you felt it was finding yourself and what you wanted to write about and what you wanted to, perform about, is going to be however you had to get there, is whatever route you had to take. What got you into music to begin with?
Well, I mean, my parents, they, like, put me on like, I think that, like, the best way to describe my parents, like, when I was younger is, like, they were very, like, East Coast grunge people because, like, even, to put it this way, like, my mom told me, like, a couple of months ago that she didn't actually buy clothing for me until I was in middle school because we got, like, so many hand-me-downs and, like, not, like, going out of our way to buy clothes. Like, a lot of the clothes I had up until I was about 11 or 12 were, like, gifted to me
Yeah.
or, like, hand-me-downs from, like, my cousin or something like that. And, they were really into, like, K-rock, and, like, my mom like, K-rock, which is, like, a, rock music channel in New York City, so I grew up
Hmm.
on, like, a lot of Nirvana, the Red Hot Chili
Hell
Peppers,
yeah.
Soundgarden, like, a lot of those artists, and, like, that was what I was really put onto, and I feel like a lot of people that I know were, like, put on to, like, classic rock, and I, like, never just, like, got into it, but then again, I was, like, I guess because I'm a '90s kid, and it's like, I guess I was, like, a child of, like, '90s grunge,
That's yo,
but,
it's,
like,
I
in an
I
East
love
Coast
it.
kinda way. Like, my mom was, like, really into, she's still really into, like, zero waste and, like, recycling, but, like, she was into it before, like, like, giving a shit about climate change was cool.
Yo, listen, it's weird, yo.
We
And I'm
didn't
gonna
have cable until I was 7. I watched
really.
PBS,
Oh
like
yeah. I'm saying really like we had it forever too. I mean, it wasn't that big when we were younger though. I mean, it was. I mean, I guess for our age difference, it's almost like 10 years.
mhm,
It was still. I guess it was kind of coming up because we had cable, but it was way simpler cable than what it is now. Like cable was like even if you had it, it was like what 100 channels maybe,
mhm.
whatever, and that was just whatever. But it was a lot of stuff going on in the '90s or whatever. But it's weird because when I heard your music, and I mean, like I said, it was hard for me to place, and I'm usually pretty good. I'm big with fucking music, but I definitely was thinking that it was more like nowadays because it seems like everything nowadays is everybody's trying to deliver a message. Like everybody's trying to deliver and when I say a message, not just like the message that comes with like '90s music to where like you were singing about something, but you were making it a song. You were just singing about a standpoint maybe or whatever, but nowadays it's like people will literally sing about like something specific. Like shit. Just to give you an example, like I saw a video today. Yo, these people were standing in the store. This is how bad shit is now. People were standing in the store and pouring the milk out on the fucking ground because they were trying to say support vegan. But standing like three people. There's one idiot's got to hold a sign. He's just looking down. He's ashamed of himself. But the other two girls are just taking jugs of milk at a time where like groceries and shit are like hard to come
We
by and
got a
stuff in the
formula
store.
shortage, what the
Bro,
hell?
listen, I couldn't believe when I saw that. But it's like that's what I'm saying about delivering message. Like that's how you deliver your message. You got to be some outrageously drastic shit. But it's like when I heard your music, I thought, and I'm not saying that you're outrageously drastic, but I'm just saying it was kind of like direct. Like it's hard to kind of not hear it if you're listening to it. So I thought you were kind of younger, and I thought you were in a different genre. To find out that you coming from like the '90s stages is kind of unexpected. I'm not gonna lie. But what else are you trying, like what's your plan for your music? Like you got a producer, you're writing your stuff, and like I said, I've heard like 6 songs on Spotify. What are you trying to
I'm
do
releasing
currently?
an EP on November 18th.
There you go. Okay, got something coming out from you.
It's
What are
called
you
Hometown Antihero.
hometown anti-hero? Perfect. And how many songs are going to be on that?
For
4. Got it. This your first one?
No, I think it's gonna be, like, maybe my 3rd EP
Got it.
because, like, my first album, it was called Divination, and, I switched music distributors, and, I kinda just wasn't really, like, vibing with, like, some of my old music anymore, like, it was very experimental, and it was, like, very, like I wanna say, like, very important to my growth, but I kinda just feel like it was my stepping stone, like, it was the thing that walked so everything else could run, like
Nice way to put it. That was nice. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not that, like, it was, like, inherently bad or anything like that, it was just, like, I don't really relate to it too much anymore, I was in a very different stage in my life, and, like, there was even this one song that I released, it was, like, the 3rd song I'd ever released, and it was, like, one of them YouTube beats, and, like, I was kind of, upset with somebody at the time, and I was, like, just, like, in my, like, very, like, petty destructive era, and, like, it was I look back on it and I think it was kinda cringe. Like, I don't really think it was objectively a bad song, but it's just like, knowing what I do now, I'm just like,
That's how it always goes, man. You can't fault. That's why you can't fault yourself for like your younger self and shit, because you do grow and you do learn, especially in an industry where it's like you're gonna be rolling with the times, and the times are changing as well as your music and yourself. So it's 3 different things changing in that
Mhm.
same period. So you kind of got to just live and learn, man. I go back now and look at old shows that I did when I first started, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing or talking about and stuff like that. So I think everybody you know, and some kind of form of art or, you know, whatever you do, really, you're always looking back in your old self, like wishing you maybe didn't do it or did it better or whatever. But you grow with experience. I mean, if you didn't do that, just think of what you missed out on learning. Like you said, walk, you know, walk so you can run. That was really
Mhm.
good way of putting it. But well, that's awesome. So you got an EP dropping, and you know, definitely glad we were able to you know, come on and talk about it today. What
Mhm.
else do you do? Like, you know, I heard you, you know, jump as soon as I said something with movies. I mean, you jumped on it. Like before you to be real with you, I'm gonna be dead ass real with you right now. You jumped on the movie topic before quicker than you jumped on the music. What's up with that?
Um, well, like one milestone that like I've completed, I don't know when exactly it's dropping or what distribution platform it's going to be on, but I wrote a hyperpop Christmas song and it's going to be in this film called Rocky's Galaxy.
Oh, okay, awesome. That's what's up. Rocky's Galaxy.
Mhm.
You know what it's about?
It's about a girl named Rocky that's having the worst day of her life.
Okay, sounds interesting. Can't go wrong with that. There's gonna be a lot of a lot of misfortunes.
Yeah.
People watch shit like that just to feel better about themselves.
No, I mean, you know what? It's like I saw like I have like I've seen a little bit of it like a while ago and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so cute."
Yeah,
But yeah, like this is like my first song that's going to be in a movie
that's awesome.
and
Congratulations. Yeah.
it's like honestly, it's like the fact that like I don't know like when exactly it's coming out or the like distribution site that it's gonna be on. So it's kind of just like I'm waiting to have a baby. Like I don't know
Got
when that shit's coming and I can't induce labor.
it. Damn, some strong analogies on this show right now. But that's awesome though. But is it Christmas based? I mean, is it fair to
It's
assume
like
holidays?
it's like a Christmas movie in the way that Die Hard's a Christmas movie, that it takes
Mm.
place during Christmas, but it's not like, oh, it's about the miracle of
About
Christmas.
Christmas. Got it. Okay, it's a great way to put it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Die Hard being a Christmas movie, yo. Let's talk about it. Fucking like I want to talk about it. It's not a Christmas movie, y'all. Let's be real. It was made just like you just said. It's Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, bro. It was made with Christmas, and Christmas was happening when it was there, but it's not a Christmas movie. If you want to watch it on Christmas, you can do whatever the hell you want. But let's be real about our labels here. I mean, what do you think? Would you call Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I mean, it takes place during Christmas.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean,
It takes place during Christmas.
oh man,
I mean, it's like a Christmas movie in the way that Tangerine is a Christmas movie.
Tangerine. What's that?
Oh my God, Tangerine.
Yeah, I don't know. You
Um,
missed me with that
so
one.
it's about this girl. She gets out of jail and she finds out that her boyfriend is screwing somebody else. And she gets out of jail on Christmas Eve and she spends all of like Christmas Eve hunting down the girl that like people are saying that her boyfriend is with. And there's like a side plot of like the Armenian cab driver because like one important part of the movie is that the protagonist and like her partner in crime, they're both trans women. And like she basically finds out that like her boyfriend is cheating on her with a non-trans woman and it's like just basically this like whole thing where like they're chasing this chick down and there's like a bunch of side plots going on and like the cab driver dude, he's married and has a family and like they're all celebrating Christmas together, but then when he finds out that the girl got out of jail, he wants to go see her, so then like the mother hires somebody to go like catch him in the act and then they all follow him to the donut shop where basically the woman is fighting with her boyfriend and then like the cab driver's wife finds out that he had been cheating on her. And it's a Christmas movie in the way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas but it's not about Christmas.
Die Hard sounds like way more of a Christmas movie than what you just described.
It's called Tangerine. It's amazing. It was
Is it?
filmed on an
Was that
iPhone and
new?
is better.
Was that a newer movie? Or that's
Oh, it came
old?
out a few years ago.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. That doesn't sound like something that I'd really catch my attention though, so I can't even act like it would be. But Yeah, I mean the holidays. I mean we're dead into the holidays now. Now that Halloween is like past us and everything. So this time of year, we talked about Halloween. Like you got like the rest of November and December going through now, and it's like, what do you like to do around this time? Like as far as music, like you said, you're releasing a song for an album. Do you do anything special with like the holidays?
Aside from like spending time with my family, um, I don't really do anything crazy about the holidays. Like I kind of just feel like sometimes they're like a stressor because I gotta go like holiday shopping for everybody. And like having like a job during like the Christmas season as
Yeah.
opposed to like being in school and you just got to be off for a week. And now it's
Hmm.
like with these jobs and stuff, you get Christmas and then you gotta go back the fuck to work.
Yeah, for real. Are you in school and you working currently?
I'm working, yeah.
Working. Okay, got it. Yeah. One thing we were just having a discussion, not to kind of branch off but it's crazy what's going on with the workforce, man, right now. Like I've done every job you can think of outside of like fast food and stuff like that. I've never really been in like the fast food industry or anything like that.
I
But
have.
yeah, do you like it?
I worked at Burger King for a year and I worked at Starbucks for like 2 years and some change.
Is Starbucks good? I hear good things about Starbucks. I don't know.
Um, you know, it's one of those jobs that it really depends on like what kind of management you have and like what your coworkers are like because like what I had noticed about Starbucks working there is it's like there's two types of people that work at Starbucks. There's the people that make it their entire life and their entire personality, and then there's the people that just clock in, make lattes, and go home. And that
And
was
go
me.
home. Yeah.
But I have like some people that, I met while working at Starbucks that like I'm still pretty good friends with and like they're dope people. I remember like one of my work besties. This bitch was wild. Um, she used to like bring a bottle of Patron to work with her
Mm.
and like drink in the bathroom and she turns to me and she's like, "Hey, would you want a shot?" And I was like, "A shot?" She's like, "Yeah, come in the bathroom. They ain't got cameras." And we took a shot and went to work.
Hey, why not? It's only Starbucks. What the fuck are they gonna do? Fire you? Like hire at Dunkin' Donuts or some shit? I mean, I'm lucky I never had to do like the fast food and stuff. Like I don't got patience, man. I'd be dropping people's shit all over the place, throwing it on the floor, whatever. But I'm that kind of person. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not playing with anybody's stuff. But
I've gotten into fights with customers and had to walk into the back.
I bet because people, one thing you see, and that's was my point I'm about to get to in a minute. But one thing you see is just you forget, man, that these people are working, man. It's like you're so touchy with your shit and you want to be all extra and dramatic. Oh, this sandwich didn't have mayonnaise on it, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who's working, they ain't making that much money. Usually as younger kids, they don't really care. What the fuck are you going to go in there and make a whole production? Like, you think these people are taking this shit seriously like they're the president? They just trying to make a check. So I went into McDonald's the other day or whatever, and I'm sitting there. I went inside because the drive-through was like fucking 40 cars deep. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna break the rules or whatever. I'm gonna cut past the program. And I thought I was getting by, but I went inside and literally I wasn't served. I wasn't even helped or looked at until like maybe it was like 40 minutes. I waited. I waited on some IT tips needed some fries to get off my ass. That's why I waited, but it was just eye-opening to me that these people were in there and it was this one older lady and she was like the manager and she was trying to run. It was this other lady that was working there. I don't even know what she does. She didn't like she had a fast moving bone in her body. She was just slow rolling with everything. And there was a couple other people that were in there, but they were hustling, man. They were busting their ass, and you could just tell that they did not have enough help. And you could just tell that they were like, just literally just they weren't fucking up. They was trying to work. But it just seems like these establishments don't have people who are interested in working. I think they've had that name now. And you also have the times where you can have more of a job on your own or an opportunity that you make happen, then you have to rely on like back in the day when you had to work at McDonald's or you had to work at Burger King and build that kind of work life for
I
yourself.
feel like with like the service industry, it's very easy for people to get burnt out and like because I feel like with certain corporations, like there's really people that like go into it like SpongeBob SquarePants and just like the sun shining out of their ass and excited to go to work. But
Greatest
then
day
there was
ever.
even that SpongeBob episode where he had the pretty patties idea and everybody clowned on him and made him feel stupid. But then like him and Patrick went into business outside his house and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But it's like I real like honestly like people really underestimate some of the life lessons and like foreshadowing from SpongeBob because it's like, it's how they like he had a genuinely good idea, but because they thought it was stupid and that they didn't understand it, they made him feel like shit about it. But then when he went into business, like you literally have that scene where Patrick is like,
Yeah.
"Oh, here's some free money."
Yeah.
And like I think it can apply to a lot of other things, like especially with music, because it's like I feel like with me, like, people always used to make me feel like my ideas were stupid or dumb. And then like I started doing them myself and like stopped caring about what other people think. And
Yeah.
then hyperpop has like a fucking boom. And everybody wants to be a hyperpop artist.
Shit. Yo, and so are you saying you invented hyperpop too, or
No,
so hyperpop was something that was already out?
hyperpop was already something that was out, but I really feel like it actually gave like a platform for people that like, were into that kind of music too. And, like it actually being, something that people would actually want to listen to and not something that people are making fun of. Because it's like, if you think about that Rebecca Black song Friday, where
Oh man,
like
that was
everybody
the fucking
treated
worst
it
song
like
of
a
all time.
joke and everybody was like laughing at her and like sending this teenage girl like vile hate and like death threats because
Yeah.
they didn't like the song. But now it's like she's or I think Rebecca Black is non-binary, so I think they use they them pronouns. But like they're um I think they even like have like kind of a hyper pop thing going on, but I can't really be sure because I didn't
Yeah, I
follow
have
their
no idea.
career too much.
I know that song came out and got a lot of people talking. I mean, at the same time, it is, one character. I mean, I thought that was like I didn't like the song at all. But I mean, don't sending death threats and going crazy. That's just fucking bananas. Like it wasn't that. She didn't threaten the president. But I mean, I do understand, like, people like to voice their opinion because they can. And that's,
Mhm.
what people are gonna do. And that's just kind of that's your acceptance of getting into, like, the entertainment industry, no matter how you look at it. People are gonna like it or they're gonna hate it, they're gonna love it, they're gonna, whatever. But I wanted to actually get back into the hyper pop thing. Let's get a firm like understanding. Since you have like kind of a genre that's part of it, what would you
Mhm.
say hyper pop is? I'll be dead ass with you. I've been in the music theory industry my whole life. I've never heard of this term. So what is hyper pop?
Well, I like to describe it as it's a maximalist take on pop music. And another thing that I really like about it is that it has been pioneered by people that are of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans and queer community.
Okay.
And a lot of hyperpop artists, such as, like Laura Les from 100 Gex, Aisha Radica, Kim Petras, it's like a lot of them are trans women.
Right.
And I have, like a lot of friends that are trans and like non binary. And I know that one thing that like they can be dysphoric about is their voice. So with hyperpop, it's like a lot of like, glitches and stuff like that. And like just a way to like, not feel so self-conscious about that shit anymore.
Damn. Okay. So know something? I had someone on the show, Beeline. You
Mhm.
remember we had Mr. Derek T. Lewis. And
Mhm.
Derek T. Lewis came on and he had his song, Make Every Second Count. And it was a really good song. It was like an interesting song because it wasn't something that I usually, listen to or whatever, but it was an interesting song. And he actually, received some rewards and stuff like that from it, awards from it or whatever. And it was that same kind of sound. Like now that you just said it, like it was kind of like the digital effect voices and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it was very interesting. A great video. Shout out to Derek T. Lewis, man. He's doing his thing still with the the wrestling Monster Factory and everything. But okay, so I completely understand what you're saying now. So that's interesting. So because like trans women and stuff like that, like they might be a little bit was it self-conscious about their voice, how it sounds and stuff like that.
Self-conscious, dysphoric.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I honestly never heard of it. So that's very interesting. See, I learned something new today on the Beeline. So, the music, that's the best thing about the art form, man. It can change, it can be adaptable for people, and people can invent things. Like you said before, like it doesn't have to follow like a category. You just create what you feel, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you don't have to do things for everybody. It's one of the things that keep entertainment going, yo. One of the biggest things that this is going into the movies and everything. One of the things that I'm finding very weak lately is creativity, yo. And this I'm talking about in the industry, not really in like you could turn on TikTok and see a million creative ass amazing talented people, but then you go and watch a movie like Beeline. Here we go. I know I talked about it already, but I'll talk about it one more time. Halloween Ends, man. Listen, as a fan of Halloween, like it's like where are the concepts, yo? I just don't understand like why these movies feel like they're not like there's not like a lot of thought. It seems like there's so much. It's like
It's just
flat,
shock
man.
value and jump scares.
Yeah, it's really been like really flat recently with like a lot of the movies that I see. Now I don't see everything, but I do try to keep up with movies and stuff like that. But it's like the story, dialogue, and stuff like that has been very flat. Like they're trying to deliver like society messages instead of paying attention to actually putting together a really good storyline or a really good build to like a climax at the end. Or I don't know. It's just everything feels so lackluster, yo. And I don't know if it's because it's trying to draw like a narrative, or if where's the creativity to where you're like, hey, I'm just
people
making
making
something.
things that they think that other people are gonna like and not
That's what
like
I'm
what
talking
they
about.
actually like and can stand on.
There you
Because
go.
it's like I feel like with like certain, well, not even like certain genres, because this can happen with anybody, but it's like when people are just like so desperate to be like noticed and picked up on, and they
Yeah.
just like end up copying what they see being popular around them, or like trying to be like a fucking wannabe top 40 artist. But like most of the people that made it to top 40 either one, have an entire team of songwriters and promoters and all that shit, or they already had a career, or it was just people doing their own thing and vibing, and a bunch of people were like, oh my God, this shit's cool too.
Yeah.
And then it goes viral.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now we've had this conversation a lot of times too. And since you come from the 90s, I mean, you definitely understand the difference between the age of discovery is where it is now. I don't care how you look at it, it's much, much, much easier to get discovered. You can do anything. You can sit on your fucking phone every day and put a TikTok video out of you singing a song. No beat, no nothing. And the chances of somebody seeing it or picking up on it or collecting a group of people watching it every week or whatever are very likely. Before you had to do a lot more to get heard, to get yourself out there, to get
You had to know the right people.
a group of people, like not just your friends in the fucking basement, but a whole bunch of friends in basements. So it's like now it is easier, but the challenge is there's so much more people that it's easy for as well. So it's it's convoluted. It's so much more people that are invested in trying to be new, trying to be new, trying to be new. So everything doesn't stand out as much. So it is a complicated problem or whatever, but you do have to stay true to yourself. So the people who really do like you because of what you are and who you are and what your sound is, not because you're trying to be like and match every other sound. Don't change yourself, man. I've just had this conversation with somebody else, and y'all know who I'm talking to because I just told y'all, but don't try to formulate yourself to be what the times are. Do what you feel is good to you so that you can be true and you make it on your own shit. But listen, Miss Mars, listen, I wanted to say thank you definitely for coming on. When does your EP drop? Just one
November
more time.
18th.
November 18th. Yo, listen, coming out of New York, man. You guys got to check out Queens, New York, man. Oh man, Queens, New York. I know a lot about Queens. What part of Queens?
7 Train.
Okay, I don't know. I knew somebody from Corona for a while.
I'm from the real Chinatown.
Real China. Okay. Chinatown is in Queens. Is there another?
Flushing.
wonder if that's, I don't know. So I should
Last
stay in
stop
New
on
York.
the 7 train.
Got it. Yeah, I have no fucking idea. Hey, listen. So Ms. Mars, it's been actually really, really good, like having you on. It's definitely you've been the first hyper pop, type, genre that we've had on the show. And listen, I know the Beeline. I know they trying to hear a little bit of the voice. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I want to make her feel comfortable here in the Beeline. It's the first time coming on or whatever, meeting your boy Brian B. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it off, and it's gonna be time for us. I'm gonna start off this side. It's gonna be time for us to show up. That's right. All right, your boy Brian B. Where we at? Let's see where we at. All right. All right. I was sick last week, but I feel better now. I should be a little better.
Okay.
All right.
Forget the haters because they don't know you. They're just looking for something to do. Forget the haters because nobody loves them. They're just miserable and then some.
Okay. All right. All right, Miss Mars. She's trying to do a thing. Got a little voice on you, yo. You got one of them sweet. You want to know what's funny? Don't take this in no bad way or anything like that. The red hair, the nose ring and stuff like that is the Ariel vibe right now, man. Do you see it? Dead ass, yo. I'm not even bullshitting. Like if I had like a side by, look, Beeline, watch, but I'm gonna find it. Look at it. Look, tell me it ain't the Ariel vibe.
I would never sell my legs for no man, though.
Oh, listen, it's crazy shit. Hopefully, I'll never have to.
I mean, imagine the dating economy out here is insane.
Fucking guys over here dating fish. Can't find a woman in the world. All right, so let me see. All right, she showed off. All right, so I gotta stay true to my name. Let me see. I'm gonna do a little John Mayer. Let me do some John Mayer. Brian did John Mayer on here before. All right, so let me see.
God is wonderful.
Oh, serious? She going in now. Now she ready. Me and all my friends are all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing, and there's no way we ever could. There's something going on in the world and knows who lead it. Problem ends of honor, till we can rise above and beat it. So we keep waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting on the world to change. It's hard to stay persistent, being standing at a distance. So we keep waiting on the world to change. Woo! Yo, listen, Beeline, this is your boy Brian B. We doing it up. Me and Miss Mars out of New York. Hey, Mars, shout out to Instagram and stuff like that real quick, and where everybody can find your music, man.
So my Instagram is Mars_girl, but with 4 as an A and 1 as an I. So Mars_girl. And then my TikTok is Mars the Destroyer.
Beautiful. I'm gonna follow you too. Hey, Beeline, putting all her information down here. You can check her out. I found all her stuff on Spotify. She's got a new EP coming out on the 18th of November, right before Thanksgiving. So guess what? Don't spend all your Black Friday money and all that shit. You about to go and buy all that stuff with or whatever. Is Black Friday so big anymore? I don't even know. Do people stand outside and shit anymore? I don't even know.
Or just like stream my album on whatever TV you get at Walmart.
There you go. Listen, she know how to market. Listen, I ain't even gotta say shit. Yo, Miss Mars, it's been very nice having you as a guest on today. Definitely feel more than welcome to reach back out. You got any new projects happening or whatever, we'll definitely, promote you if I see you promoting. Nice meeting you. Very nice meeting you. You seem like an awesome person. Keep your keep staying true to yourself as well. Beeline, I love you guys so much. Listen, this is the Beeline Entertainment, the place where you come on and show up. That's right. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much. The holidays is coming. We're going to do some more specials for you. I love you guys and have fun. Take it easy.